Another episode of our custom conference Dynasty with Texas Tech. Let's make sure we're live and everything is working. We are good to go. Make sure audio is good and everything. Test. Check. Make sure I'm cutting in and out. Audio is good and everything. Hold on. Make sure I'm cutting in and out. Audio is good and everything. Hold on. Test. Cutting in and out. Audio is good and everything. Test. Alright, we should be good to go. So this is the bye week. Got 10 more points here that we can use. Go ahead and try to get some stuff going on Tactician. What's up, Loco? Because I do want to. We got to win 10 top 25 games in order to unlock Scheme Guru. Okay. O-line gets a boost. That creates like cross-train. Okay. That can create us some two-way players. I don't really necessarily want to use that. Let's see. We need this because we need to boost our pass rush right now. Yeah. Alright, so we've used 50 points in Tactician, so the next couple of years we could start to get Scheme Guru completely unlocked. And that helps us with there's some really good abilities in there. Especially down here at the bottom. Like fast tempo offense. Like we may not get all of these, but I'd like to have these two for sure. Definitely passing game defense. And I'd like this too. So this one for sure. I don't really think this affects us as much on road games. This definitely could help us at home. And then the definitely this on hurry up. Yeah, this definitely definitely what we can that definitely can help, but that can help us right there. Both of these, maybe passing game defense, maybe both of these. I don't really feel like we have a bad. Like our run game's pretty solid. I don't really think we need a boost there. We need to start working on Architect. We do have to spend 25 in Motivator for this. So that's just 5 areas in Motivator. We got to unlock that. That also gives us Portal King as well. Now that is that 2.5 levels that we'd have to give up, and then I really just want the Portal King stuff. We may max out a couple of these to get Star Maker on something. But as long as we're bringing in really good players, I think we should be okay. But the Scheme Guru is definitely the avenue I want to go with that. And we'll probably keep a Motivator Recruiter type on the defensive and offensive coordinators. But looking at the recruiting, we did lose to Missouri. So we're now 1-2. So that is going to affect us somewhat in the recruiting. We did drop on Miles. Gonzalez was a. I mean, no, we get Miles in this week. This is the bye week. We did drop a little bit on Martin Gonzalez. We haven't had a bye yet. This week 4. Next week is big. So next week against Nebraska is another big visit week, and then Iowa State's big because the more top 25 games we can get and be in and win them, then the better off we are getting towards Scheme Guru. Right now we got 2 on the schedule so far. Now I don't know if playoff games count towards that or not, whether we get in or not. Right now the outlook for playoffs is not looking good. That's what's up. 22 recruits, that's solid. Left some portal room. I'm pretty disappointed in Beerin Morton right now. In the way that he's played up to this point. He's made some bad decisions, made some bad throws. Our running game isn't as good as I would like it to be. Receiver-wise, there's a lot of guys that are playing pretty well. Ayo Manor needs to play a little better than what he is. We got to try to get him the ball a little more. Same with Douglas. Coy Eakin's playing pretty well. We got to get him in the end zone. John Carlos Miller's really good, which we know if we have a good tight end, we're going to use them. Defensively, I'm not mad at the defense at all. They've played pretty well through 2 games. Offense has put them in bad spots because of turnovers. Morton's already turned it over 10 times. If he comes out slow, we'll try Cameron Brown again. And he was fine. I just know that Morton's our leader, and eventually he's gonna come through for us in a big moment, in a big spot, and he'll make up for some of the past mistakes that he's made. He's a guy that last year he absolutely carried us later in the year. He's thrown for almost 5,000. He's thrown for 5,000 yards in his career over the last 2 years. It doesn't show his numbers previous to that. 41 touchdowns, 27 picks. He's got to cut down on the interceptions. He's ran for over 1,000 yards. So there's that. And he's also fumbled. He's just got to get control on the turnovers. Raylan Sharp, overall, Raylan Sharp and Hudson are considered our 2 best receivers from a production standpoint. They're both redshirting this year. I wanted to give them another year. Raylan Sharp's going to get another year. I want to give Hudson another 2 years. Mainly to develop, and I think Hudson can be the number 1 guy next year. Because you're going to see Eakin. Well, you still got Eakin. You still got AU Manor. Douglas will be gone. Sharp is more of like return guy, can do some different things. Traor's had a pretty good career. He's played pretty well for us so far. John Carlos Miller is having a career year. I would like to get Dickey more involved. I'm kind of disappointed in our run game so far. This year. We've kind of thrown Spriggs into the fire quick, and he's kind of having to learn on the fly. Dickey has some experience, but Dickey came on late last year after Tosh Brooks got hurt against TCU week 7. So maybe it takes a little bit for Spriggs to get incorporated into the offense and get rolling. Let's see if Iowa State won. They did win. So we need them to win again this week to give us a little bump. Big game against Nebraska. We lost to them last year at Nebraska. We now have them at home. It's a big visit week for us this week. Um, we've got some guys that have locked us out based off deal breaker, including Anthony Law, who's a really good player. He's actually coming in this week. Alves is close to committing. Yale, buddy. What do you mean? What Yale? Like the school Yale? We are head for Miles, so we did jump them for him. Mixon, I don't know that we're going to be able to get him. He's coming in week 6 to Georgia. Gonzalez we're close on. McMillan we're close on. We have fell out of the race for Polaris. Not fell out, but we've dropped below Texas. Agbania is really the guy that we've kind of wanted the whole time. I would like for these guys, we have to get something better out of our pass rush. Hopefully we can. Either way, they're power rushers, and see, we're not very good at getting sacks. We got to get some sacks. We got to generate some sacks this week. Played 2 pretty good Power 5 teams. How many points do we have? We need to save some for some of these guys. Bullock, what are we looking? Are we? We're losing out on some of these guys so far. Mangold, I think, is a guy we can get. Now we haven't scouted him. Of the guys we've scouted, who do we need to throw a little bit of points on? Soro's not a bad one to go after. He's got pretty decent speed. We're already kind of invested in him. We'll throw a little points on him. Candidate is not really a guy that we want necessarily. Is it him or is it Roussel, the guy that... I mean, they're both kind of bad in coverage. Bolin we do want. We need to throw him a little bit of points. Let's throw him 25. Bullock could use some points just so we can stay in the race. For him, he's a pretty decent right tackle. We needed to save a little bit of points for the guys that we've scouted already. I think going after Carnegie would be beneficial. Oh, he goes to you? Did not know that. Thought Chase was in high school. Okay. I'm not sure about that. Alves we need to go ahead and get. He's a good player. So we're going to go ahead and max him out. Use that last 25 to go ahead and get him. We got to string some wins together. We're going to fall out of the conference race and we won't be in contention. Now, luckily, the 2 games that we've played are not conference games. And right now, everybody has a loss in the Big 12 South. Now, the North is a little more competitive. Nebraska's kind of fighting for their life here. But Utah is back to being pretty solid again. They're back where they were last year pretty much. A little bit better, honestly, at 3-0 and number 6 in the country. I don't think our side's as good as it was last year. I think Baylor's better. Oklahoma State's not very good. TCU's better. So one of the better teams last year's dropped down, and 2 of the lesser teams have picked it up. Now, I think SMU's fell down some with all that they lost, and I think Baylor's kind of picked up a little bit. So I think it's kind of evening out, but this is definitely a year that we could take that division. Starts here with Nebraska, though. Nebraska's a good team. They're going to have good players. We got to be ready to roll out the gate. And we've had a disappointing start. So we're going to fire them up a little bit this week. Give them a little different look as far as uniforms. We're going to go with the all gray. Hopefully they respond to this well. I mean, whenever you switch up the uniforms, sometimes the players like it. So we're switching it up a little bit. Got Nebraska opening game. All of our goals are still in front of us because if we win a conference championship, we get into the playoff. Now, that's not the goal. The goal this year is to win the division. We want to win the division. That's the main focus this year is we're trying to win the division. If we can win the division, then we'll be right in the mix. But we got to win conference games. We've already kind of slipped up enough to where we may not even be in the conversation for the playoff. We've already lost 2 games out of 3. Now, we could go on a run, but I don't see that being likely. But you can't never tell. We got a good transfer class last year. Got some key guys. Got some guys that really developed well. And hopefully we can turn that into wins. That's what I'm hoping. Good tackle there. Malachi Coleman, highlighted player for Nebraska. Really fast receiver. We know last year Dylan Raiola lit us up through the air. Now, I think we got a little something for him this year compared to last year.
Because the defense can't win. Whether you double team them, we're still going to win. They're going to give them the ball on quick passes. They're going to throw it.
Hold on. We're not excluded from the committee. We can be bumped out of the Big 12 the same way. Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can.
For sure.
They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
I mean, we'd had to be bad for a number of years. Like, a number of years. Like, bad. Like, 3-9 bad. I mean, we were in contention last year. We posted an 8-4 record, which is really good. And us being a core member has something to do with it. Here we go, 3rd down, the big down. They throw it out. You can't cover that up. Dowdell tackled for a loss. He ran pretty good against us last year. Braylon Rigsby, the sophomore nose tackle, playing pretty well. He throws it away. Here we go. We got to get some pressure. Here we go. 3rd and 13. Sending a blitz. He gets hit. And it's an incomplete pass. We'll take it. Jamari Davis back deep to receive.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out.
Got a block. That's all right, though. We get the ball. Got a good stop there on the first drive. Marquise Buford Jr. and Alec Ayumanor is the guys to watch the matchup here. Coming out in the ace formation. Got a short leash for Morton this week. Oh, and Jacob Spriggs. We talked about him getting going, and he's going down the sideline. Jacob Spriggs, the freshman, on the board. First play from scrimmage for our offense, and the freshman is gone all the way to the yard. Touchdown. We'll take that. He took off. We know that he's fast. He's a fast running back, explosive player, a 66-yard run. That's what happens on the first play from scrimmage on offense. We needed that. That's big. It's big. We're not coming out. We're not coming out flat. We're not coming out flat. That's good to see. It's good to see for sure. All right.
This drive, David, after having to punt it last time. Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful.
And off Dowdell, Peyton Morgan makes the tackle.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They motion Dowdell out. Throws underneath. Good tackle there by Jacob Rodriguez. We just don't have the prolific pass rushers we've normally had. We had last year. Not a lot of guys getting a lot of sacks. Tackle there by Chapman Lewis. Dowdell getting them rolling. Dowdell running hard, breaks a tackle. Ripping off long runs here. Nebraska getting it rolling. They'll run it this time. Amir Washington, the sophomore, got him. Here we go. 2nd and 10. 7-0. Right here in the beginning of the first quarter, Jacob Rodriguez, good tackle, only a 2-yard gain. Here we go, 3rd and 5. 3rd down, got to get off the field. Throws, touchdown. Chapman Lewis, man coverage, just got beat. Just got beat. Lloyd with the score. Now, we did score on their possession. And we took their first half advantage away of them getting the ball first. Because now they have to, every time we score, they have to score to match us. If we continue to get stops and it goes that way. Now, obviously, we don't get it or turn it over. They get the ball, they get the advantage back. But we have the advantage right now. Jacob Spriggs, good return there. Can do a little bit of everything. He's explosive. He's very dangerous. He's a very good player. #1 running back in the country out of El Paso last year. Here's Morton. Throws it down. Douglas gets 3. We got to be ready to go tempo. Motion's Eakin. We'll get sacked. This was a problem in the Missouri game, and this was a problem in the Texas game. It can be a problem again today if we don't get the offensive line right. Throws, Eakin, good catch. When Morton has time and he's not having to run for his life, he's pretty good. When he feels pressure and he feels like he's getting rushed, he rushes, throws, and throws picks.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely...
Oh, good throw there. Alec Ayumanor. That's a good play there. Morton looked good there.
To find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Throws out, Jacob Spriggs. Spriggs has it up to the 21. Good throw, good catch. Throws it, John Carlos Miller, the second, getting a first down catch of 5. Going to set up a 2nd and 5. To go no huddle, give it to Jacob Spriggs. He gets a couple. 3, really. Pitch out. Jacob Spriggs to the edge, dives, touchdown. Jacob Spriggs scores another touchdown here early in this game. 2 in the first quarter here so far. He's played well. He may have found it. This is definitely building some confidence because Nebraska's a pretty decent team. And they beat us last year. Brendan Jordan makes the tackle on the kickoff. Here we go. Defense needs a stop. Good TFL there. Amarian Banks. Throws down. Tackle there by Marion Horn. Peyton Morgan there as well. Here's 3rd down and 6. Need to get off the field. Get a sack. I'm going to play for a while today. We haven't streamed in a couple days, so I'm going to play for a while. They get a big catch by the tight end.
And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 40.
Here we go, I formation. They'll give it to Dowdell. He'll break a tackle. A.J. McCarty has to make the tackle. Well, I will say this. Our defensive front has not been as good this year. I think that does show for the defense. Defensively, that does show. I think we were better last year. I don't think we're as good necessarily this year. And there's a good tackle by Ben Roberts. Nowhere to go. Trying to run a little more man. We got corners that can play man. He throws underneath. Collins makes the tackle. Did we get a corner? I think we went after a corner, but I don't think we got one, did we? No, we did not. I mean, we have Jackson Stewart. We also have William Fredericks. Both of those guys are redshirting. And we played okay at corner. We've been fine. It hasn't been bad at all. Been pretty good at corner. A little bit better than what we were last year, honestly.
Ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a miss.
Good play there by Brendan Jordan. I think he's going to get called for illegal contact. He will. Colorado State beat Vandy. That'll be pass interference. Well, not illegal contact. The 15-yard pass interference call. Goes deep, and it's caught. Lloyd, what a throw from Dylan Raiola. And Nebraska on the board again. We might be in for a shootout. Jalen Lloyd, 2 touchdown catches in this one. I want to see maybe if there's an adjustment we can make to try to get some more rush. I mean, Addier's good. I mean, do we just play Dyson at this point? I mean, he's not going to be much better than Addier is. I don't see the benefit of it. You're going to get a couple more years out of Dyson. And I think our playing style will go up more as we move forward. It is a concern because of the guys that we're recruiting, but it's not that big of a deal. Jacob Spriggs Like we'd like to be better for the recruits, so we can get them in and work on recruiting them, because right now they're not hearing us because we're locked out. Deal breaker. Jacob Spriggs. No, the running backs that we're recruiting. I know they're liking this from a freshman. Jacob Spriggs looking to be a household name here. Just in his first game, he's been very good. Byron Morton's not. We haven't had to throw it down the field a whole lot so far this game. So I mean, he's pretty, but he's got a high completion percentage. He's done what we've asked him to do. Cameron Valdez in there. He's gonna run 3rd and 9. This is big. It's a big down. Here we go.
Just going to have to step up and make more plays as well. They've got some dudes who they feel are very, very talented.
Byron Morton trying to get away. Nowhere to go. We're going to have to punt it.
No doubt. We got to set the tone.
Got a little bit, but not enough.
We're not that team from a year ago. Like, that was a bad season. That was a down season.
Oh, and they ran into the kicker. We'll take that. That's a momentum shifter there. They were about to get the ball back with a lot of momentum, and they just messed it up, roughing the kicker. We'll take that. Now we need to. We definitely need to be mindful here of time. Throws Douglas. You gotta throw a better ball, but Douglas could have caught that. John Carlos Miller. Byron Morton flicks it out to the big tight end. John Carlos Miller the second. It's a big first down. Spriggs. Nowhere to go for him. Jacob Spriggs is hurt. It's not good. Not good at all. Here we go. 2nd and 13. Hopefully it's nothing serious. John Carlos Miller, good run. He's got over 100 yards. Here we go. Byron Morton drops, throws. John Carlos Miller. He's been his favorite target this year, and he's been the favorite target in this game. 4 catches, 49 yards. Jacob Spriggs back in there after going out with an injury. Here he goes. Makes a cut. He's close to breaking that, honestly. Here we go. 2nd and 7. Drops, throws it out to John Carlos Miller again. He's not covering the tight end. You're not going to cover him. We're going to use him. 3rd and 3. Throws. Caleb Douglas. Good catch. Two-back set. Miller in the backfield as well. Pitch to Valdez. Byron Morton took a big hit from the defensive end. Here we go. 2nd and 8 from the 8. Morton drops, dumps it down to the back. Valdez. Can he get in the end zone? He will. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Cameron Valdez with a catch. 8 yards out and scores. Good stuff there. 6:17 left here in the half. Got to figure out the defensive side. We need to stop. Then if we can score again before halftime and get the ball at half, that would be great. We can kind of put it away. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25.
Now it's back to you fellas, but of course if anything changes,
We'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on
Peyton Morgan, good tackle. Coming down on that hitch route. We know that Nebraska's going to run the football. Oh, and Peyton Morgan was there. Just a good catch and a great throw there from Raiola to get that one.
They'll put the tight end in motion.
Motion the tight end. We send a blitz. Ben Roberts making the tackle. Continue to try to blitz and maybe get some pressure on Raiola. Force him into a mistake. He'll be sacked. Isaac Smith got him. The senior out of Oklahoma. 3rd and 11. He's going to be sacked again. Amir Washington got him. The sophomore defensive lineman. Run the sacks up now. If we can get a multiple score lead, that's going to force them to throw it, and we know that they want to run it. Ultimately, they're a running football team. That's where they want to. That's where they want to stay at. They want to stay balanced. And take the balance out of the game. It's only going to help us. Hand off to Jacob Spriggs. He cuts. Good run. Gets 5. Skip Valdez on the field. Spriggs having a really good game. Best one of his career so far. Pulls it. Byron Morton. He'll run. Get 4. A little bit of design runs. We're going to have some more for him this year. John Carlos Miller catches it on 3rd down, gets a first. He got 6 catches, 56 yards. Byron Morton shotgun. Looks. Throws. Alec Ayumannard. He just missed it. Here we go. 2nd and 10. John Carlos Miller, the big tight end, is loose. They're just not covering the tight end. Just not covering him. And if they're not going to cover him, we're going to hit him for it a lot. Throw underneath. Coy Eakin gets 5. Oh, and he's sacked. Run a stunt up front. Looked like Saints cross. I liked what I had from Eakin. I think that's where he was looking. Byron Morton gonna run. Shavers. Shavers has been good. He stopped this earlier on 3rd down. Freshman kicker. Can he make it? The freshman, his first kick of his career, and bangs it through. Good kick there from Body, I think. I think his name's James Body. Good kick. We'll take it. Take a 2-score lead right there, 24-14. Late here in the 2nd quarter. 1:52 left.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but
oh, and they'll throw it.
Open runway ahead.
Tackle there.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Got to get over there, Morgan.
He'll come out throwing on
Throws wide. Chapman Lewis makes the tackle.
clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed.
Here we go.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job.
They're trying to go score, keep it close right here before the half. Good tackle there by Jacob Rodriguez.
The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. pass.
Throws it. Peyton Morgan interception. The freshman down the sideline. That's going to be a pick six. Peyton Morgan, pick six. Texas Tech on the board again.
How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome.
Play right there.
Study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Hold on. Give me just 1 second. Big pick six there right before the end of the half.
And with the extra point, they now have
I put a post on Reddit
lead at 17.
for people to come check out the stream. I just thought about it. I'm in a college football Reddit, so why not use every avenue we can to promote.
He'll bring it out. It's Boyd.
Good hit there by Dingle.
Imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And here comes the
Peyton Morgan making a huge play right before the end of the half.
pocket starts to
Oh, and he'll be sacked. It'll be a safety. Amir Washington, the sophomore defensive lineman.
Defense smelled it. They knew
What, the post on Reddit?
put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
after giving up
I'll both that mug.
booted away and give it right back to them.
What just happened? We call fair catch?
Just inside
I
the
guess.
40-yard line.
Oh,
Texas Tech ready to send the
I'll both that mug, loco.
They've got the lead.
All right, here we go.
They settle for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between
Beer and Morton, drop, throw, Douglas caught, gets 3.
Take care of the football. Put a nice drive together and just get something.
Oh, I forgot the accelerated clock. Going to AU Manor right here.
This one, though, on this drive,
Deep ball, out Alec AU Manor. No, cannot get it.
down to 7 seconds.
All right,
DB does a
try to
nice
go.
job here on the deep pass, locating the football.
Let's try to confuse this safety. Maybe we get something.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Deep ball, he caught it. Turner into the open field. Does he have the speed? He does. Touchdown.
And once he found open space, the band might as well start.
Boys, it's getting ugly here in Lubbock. Turner going to get a score right there. Freshman wide receiver. Byron Morton only missed 3 passes here so far. Looking good. 40-14. How the game has turned. Late in that second quarter, they threw an interception and it just kind of piled on.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Lubbock. Each of these two offenses
Played pretty well. We've limited them. We've got some sacks. We've got a safety. We've got a pick 6. Defense is playing pretty well. Jamari Davis is going to keep this in the end zone. And this is really good for the conference opener here so far. We've played pretty well. If we want to remain in contention for the Big 12 South, we got to win the conference games for sure. Drop, look, John Carlos Miller, the second, called it. Here we go. Motioning, going to run shallow here. Looking at AU Manor here. Intercepted! Byron Morton throws a pick, and that's going to keep them in the game. And he'll run it back. Evan Taylor just late on the drag. Can't be late on drags and can't be late on opposite hash out routes. It's going to be a pick. Trying to let him get through and pick up some speed on that drag route, and he waited too long. Got to get the ball out of your hand. 40-21 if they make this field goal, so we'll be up 19. Still, if we score, be up 4 scores. Jacob Spriggs on the kickoff return, the freshman down the sideline, and he's gone. The freshman 5-star running back in the end zone for a kickoff return. He's explosive. If he gets in the open field, he's gone. He is gone. Isn't that 4 scores? Yeah, it's 4 scores. So just like that, we hit them right back with a huge return. Kick a field goal, go up 50-21, 57-21 is the end result. That will be the ball game. We will win the opener 57-21. The game was close to start. Really wasn't close at the end. We really put it on them pretty quick. We're gonna go ahead and advance to the next week. We get Alex Alvey, so he commits. That's good. Mixon goes to Georgia. Yep. That's college football. It happens. Jacob Spriggs, Offensive Player of the Week, had 100 yards. It's probably his best game. He had a 97-yard kickoff return. The big game right here. Another intra-conference battle, which is literally what the headline is. But a team out of the north, so the opposite division. We're falling behind. You'll see it happen when we see y'all in Athens. Athens? You mean Ames? Wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull out on Polaris. We're not even gonna go after him anymore. And free up some more points. Ogmania, we can go ahead and hard sell him, so that we're going to do that. Oh, Ole Miss Georgia, huh? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Better find you a quarterback. Didn't have one last year. Yeah, we'll see about that, Loco. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, though. Go ahead and schedule this visit for the Oregon State week. Yeah, we probably have the most underrated quarterback in the country, though. Championship contender in conference prestige. Austin Simmons is going to be elite. I'm telling you, just watch what I tell you. He's probably the most arm talented. This is probably a hot take. He's probably the most talented quarterback, even ahead of Eli, that we've ever had. Could be conference spotlight, could be Sunday bound. Yeah, I mean, are they going to catch it though? That was the problem last year with Georgia's receivers. It wasn't that they weren't talented. Branch is kind of similar. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say KJ Bolden's going to surprise. I mean, I think everybody knows he's pretty good. So, I don't think that would really be a surprise. I mean, he's good. Like, he's really good. LaFotu, I don't know that we're going to be able to get him. We're going to drop out on him. Now, Law, I think we can get. Law is a guy I think we can get. Now, we have all of his grades. He's going to be clutch. So, we'll go ahead and hit him with that. We do have the highest pipeline rating for him. So, this one should be pretty easy. We just had him on a visit. So, he should be getting close to committing. Ezekiel locked us out. Did get Alves, which is good. Herta locked us out. Mixon is going to Georgia. We knew that was kind of going to happen. We got to hard sell him and see if we can get him. See if we can get Miles. He's a kid in Texas. We would love to keep him in Texas and win those battles, especially when it's with the out-of-conference school and out-of-state school as well. Sunday bound. Would love to get him. Soro, we go up to second. We're kind of battling there with TCU. McMillan, we're really close on. And Gonzalez, we're really close on. We're going to go ahead and finish Gonzalez off. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to catch us in time for this. We're going to make sure, though, with him. This is going to be time to get to work. We'll go ahead and make sure we're going to max both of these guys out and make sure we get them. And that's going to be big for the middle of our defense. So we got a really good defensive tackle last year. And then getting Gonzalez will be good as well. Who was the defensive tackle we got last year? He's number 0. I'll have to look and see. I can't remember. He's redshirting this year because Rigsby's a sophomore. We're trying to spread out that as much as we can. We need to probably go ahead and get on Machella. Throw him 10. There's not really a lot of guys going after them. These two linebackers, the run stoppers, if they have high zone coverage, they're usually pretty good. Both of these guys do not have high zone coverage. They're kind of the same player. So whoever we have a better chance to get, I mean, we really don't have a chance to get either one of them. There's a lot more offers on candidate. We're going to leave Roussel on the board. We need to probably start going after Trevino out of Crandall, Texas. Not really a lot of guys going after him. We're going to throw 10 on him and kind of get that ball rolling. Ramesh is close. We just had him on a visit. He's out of Washington, and Washington's got the lead right now. His biggest thing's coach prestige. They just hired a new coach, I'm pretty sure. And with them hiring a new coach, there could be some issues with the coach prestige for Washington. So he could lock them out with a deal breaker. He could very easily lock them out. So we need to kind of hang around even though this battle's getting pretty close to done, we need to still be around for whenever that happens. Now, Carnegie's kind of going to take over the Lefotu spot where we were recruiting him. Carnegie's kind of going to move into that role, a kid out of Colorado. Now, we still have, I think it's kind of a wishful thinking here with Ohio State and us on Miles. We could get him. Now, he is a bust, so he may not develop. I've got number 1 players and 5 stars that didn't develop, and we had one in the Ole Miss series where he didn't develop, and we ended up having to encourage him to go to the portal, and he ended up at like West Virginia or something, or somewhere like that. Like, he ended up, and he wasn't really that great. And I've also had 5-star busts that I get, and they turn into beast. I mean, his depth trait, because this really has to do with the depth trait and his caps. He could have wide open caps with normal development and never reach his ceiling and never reach his potential. Now, he's got good starting stats. He's got really good starting stats. He's got good size. There's a reason why he's a 5-star. But if his depth trait could go anywhere from, with them being a bust, it can mean, because every 5-star is going to be elite development. He could go anywhere from elite development to, him being a bust, he's not going to have elite development, right? So he could go anywhere from star to normal. I mean, it's just kind of luck of the draw on that. You won't know until you get him on campus. Now, I need to figure out these receivers. Now, we got some receivers last year, and we got a lot in the portal. I'm not really worried about receivers this year. Now, we could get Mangold. I would like to scout him next week and see what he can do. And then we're probably going to go all in on him as being one of the receivers we want to bring in. Now, we need to get Carnegie in. Can we go ahead and schedule him for a visit? We can against Oregon State. We already got some guys coming in that week. We'll give him a trophy tour and do that. Grimm does want to come in on a visit. We could get him first if we don't get locked out. I don't think we're going to get locked out. Now, we need to go see where we can sacrifice some points at. Not going to sacrifice any on Agbania. He's the future. Even though we got Hawkinson last year, can't pass up an opportunity. When a 5-star quarterback is interested, you can't pass up that opportunity. Now, as we look at this overview here, you look at Bama. They have, first of all, their purple pipeline tier, so their highest tier pipeline, and they're going to get the first visit. Now, we get the second visit, and we have the lead. So, but we kind of need Bama to kind of mess this up. And then down here with, we got to see where we can get some points at. Soro, we can kind of pull some points off of him. I think that would be fine. Where did we get 10 points back from? Oh, yeah. Okay, we got 40. We're going to go ahead and schedule him a visit. His is proximity to home, so we can go ahead and do that even though we don't know, even though it's not popping up. That's his deal breaker, so we know that's an interest for him. Let's see. We got Ramesh. We've kind of already talked about him. I don't know if he goes ahead and commits, but now if he verbally commits and they ain't signed him yet and they don't have a good year, he could drop back down. I mean, he could completely take Washington off his list. He could. That's kind of the thing there. Bolin, we're close on. We jumped up some after that last week win. He probably watched Jacob Spriggs go absolutely nuts. It was like, okay, I like that. Now, Hacker, I like him better than either one of those linebackers we were looking at. We need a pass rusher here. We need a young guy that we can develop. He's the number 2 left outside linebacker. We did have him come in on a visit last week. He's got a couple more weeks till he goes to Louisville and Ole Miss, and he's about to commit. So I think we're going to end up getting him. Yeah. So I think these two guys. So we're going to have some guys in the front seven that are close to committing. I don't know about Braylon Miles. We may lose Braylon Miles next week. I'm not sure. It just depends. Both kind of have that same pipeline bonus for him, and we had to bring him in as early as we could because I knew that the visits would load up quick, and we really were out of weeks. We wanted to bring him in as quick as possible because he's a long shot. We just really fit what Ogbonnia wants. We haven't signed we signed some 5-stars last year, but it was because proximity to home, stuff like that, like guys that were local. It was just luck of the draw there. Ogbonnia really wants to play quick, and he will. If we get him, I don't know that we bring in another quarterback for maybe another year or so. Now, you always got to kind of beware. This is why they need to add in, progressive deal breakers. Because I know if I get him, he's never going to leave. Unless we keep recruiting quarterbacks. If we're bad and he has a good year and other teams come calling, he should be able to leave. Now, is that beneficial to us? No. But it happens all the time. I don't really care about it being beneficial to me. I want it to be as realistic as possible. Now this is the thing. We could back out on the 5-star Miles. Yeah, if we're terrible. I'm saying you go 8-4, you got a 5-star, you might could talk him into staying, kind of like a Florida situation with DJ Lagway. But you stack another year where you go 8-4, and they usually gonna leave more than likely. Now we could back out on Miles, go all in on Hacker, get some points on Grimm, and get some points on Law, who would kind of pick up the slack where we lose it with Grimm. Now, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think we will too. I think they'll improve. I think they'll improve it for sure. Honestly, to tell you the truth, while Braylon Miles was interested, does he really fit our scheme at 6'3", 245? No. He would be strictly an edge rusher. And it's a risk with him being a bust. And I'm kind of talking myself into it as I'm talking for a lot of reasons. He would have to stand up and play. I'm gonna get it I'm gonna buy it every year. Every year I'm getting it. Yeah, I'm gonna get it every year because I really do think this is gonna take over as one of the best sports games. It's sold the most, which you hadn't had it in 11 years, but it sold the most of any sports game in history so far. It's the best selling sports game this year. The only game that outranked it overall in sales was Call of Duty out of every single game. Braylon Miles would have to stand up. I'm gonna get it every year. Braylon Miles would have to stand up and play outside linebacker. Is he athletic enough to play there? I'm going to say no. Because he would have to stand up and play that edge spot. He would have to permanently be on the edge. Can he play inside? Yeah. But how good is he going to be in the run game? We don't know that. Now, we know based off size and based off traits and his attributes, we know that Law is very similar athletically and he's 40 more pounds and 2 inches taller. So he's longer and he's bigger, and he's about the same kind of athlete. I think we're just gonna back out on Miles. I tell you what, yeah, we're gonna back out all the way. We're taking him off the board completely. Law, we're gonna go ahead and throw him 25 more and try to go ahead and get him in. Tulane's in there. Ole Miss is kind of coming in too, but we've jumped them. Carnegie is kind of the same deal. He's a little more athletic. He's faster, but he's bigger and he's long. Now we just beat Nebraska. Now they have the upper hand right now. We have a visit coming. Not this week, but next. Now, we may need to go ahead and schedule somebody else. Well, we don't have anybody else. We're good. Now, these two receivers, we need to get some points on Graham. Missouri, we still got some time. Texas hasn't offered. We're probably going to be in the top anyway. Do we already have him scouted? We do not. We need to find out who's better out of these two. Missouri, I'm not really going after him. Mangold, I like. We're already in the top 5. We got him coming in on a visit next week, and we're going to be in the top 3. We're the only 3 teams that's offered. It's really the only 3 teams he's looking at. Graham, there's a little more competition here. So we kind of need to go ahead and put some points on him to kind of stay in the race. How far off are we from Oklahoma? Not far. Now, I don't think he's going to drop us. Do we go all in with the remainder of our points that we have on him? Mango's a little bit bigger. Let's find out, can he play? We'll do 30 on him. Let's find out, can you play? He can play. Alright. We do have a visit next week. We could jump Utah if we go all in on Mangold. And Graham's not that big, so he's not going to be able to do a multitude of things other than play slot. Mangold could kind of play outside and inside, which Graham could too, but you got a better chance of Mangold running a deep route and maybe getting open, even though he will play in the slot. Let me see. Graham, we're going to drop out on Graham. We got him coming in on a visit. They're both coming in on a visit next week. Even though we play with so many receivers. You know what? We're not even going to risk it with Mangold. We could just go ahead and drop Graham if we wanted to. Yeah, let's drop Graham. We're dropping him. Now, it shouldn't be an issue because we dropped him. We do have those points back. We'll go ahead and give him the 30. Alright, everything should be good now. And we got Iowa State this week. Oregon State's next week, and then the remainder of our schedule should be conference play. Texas continues to win. Missouri's still 2-1. Good win there. Good bounce back win after taking 2 straight losses to a former conference rival and a rival that we played whenever they were in the Big 12 as well, but a little bit different than just Missouri. We know Missouri, but we really know Texas. Now, Beat Nebraska was good. That's a good win. We got to go on the road to Ames, and that's gonna be This is a big game. This is a big game for sure. Oregon State's not a bad team either. They're 3-2. Then we got Oklahoma State on the road. Then we got a bye week. Then we head into that back half of conference play. So we need to win these four that we've played so far. We need to win all 4 of these, get it rolling, and then we'll be set up nice going into the bye week, and then get some rest. Come back, 2 revenge games right here with SMU, who kind of knocked us out of the conference title conversation, and then Houston, who finished us off in the conference title conversation last year and beat us on senior day. So we got to get a little revenge there. But Iowa State is who we're playing first. Do a little conference whip around real quick. Look at the country. Look how teams are playing in each conference. Rutgers has been good in the ACC. They're second in the North. And just looking around, West Virginia was a good team last year. They're 3-2. They've lost a conference game here so far. Florida State has not been good at all. Big 12 wise, Colorado has been really good this year. They're undefeated. They took us down to the wire at Colorado, but we ended up pulling it out and beating them. I think by 2 touchdowns last year. And then SMU's right in there. We're second in the conference. Iowa State's yet to play a conference game. There's a lot of teams that haven't played a conference game. Nebraska has a loss. Oklahoma State has a loss. And TCU has a loss. All in conference play. SMU has a loss as well. But they also have a win. So there's that. Big Ten. Look at the divisions. Penn State is playing pretty well. Ohio State has lost a conference game. Cincinnati's lost. Maryland is 3-1, 1-0 in conference. Penn State's 2-0. So Penn State's got the lead right now. Michigan has yet to play a conference game. Oregon is the number 1 team in the country, the team we beat in the bowl game. They are the number 1 team in the country at 4-0, 1-0 in conference. USC is at 7. They're 1-1. So that's what the West looks like. Just looking at some of the smaller teams, Kennesaw State fired their head coach last year, and now they're in the lead for the conference here so far. Liberty ranked at number 21. They're always going to be really good. They're always going to be a pretty good team in the Conference USA and in the Group of 5 as a whole. The MAC North, Buffalo is leading there. There's some teams struggling to even find wins in that division. The MAC South is much better from a competitive standpoint. Miami of Ohio is in the lead there. Akron is 4-0. They have not lost. They also have not played a conference game yet. Mountain West East. Sam Houston's 1-1. Air Force is 1-0. Utah State is 1-0. Texas State, who ran away with it last year, they are 3-1. They haven't played a conference game. Wyoming is struggling right now, 0-4. Colorado State has a loss. UTEP has a loss. The Mountain West Division is San Jose State is leading. New Mexico second. The better of the two divisions, I would probably say. I'd probably say the East is probably more talented, but record-wise, they have more teams in the West side that has multiple wins. Looking at the Pac-12 South, Arizona's in the lead. Not too many teams have played conference games yet. Boise State is ranked at number 13. UCLA trying to turn it around from last year. They did not play well. Arizona's trying to keep it rolling. They played pretty well in the South Division. Pac-12 North is pretty stacked there together. California, Cal Bears, they are 2-0. Washington State, who started out 7-0 last year and ended up going 7-5, I think, lost the last 5. They're ranked at number 20. They're 5-0 this year, 1-0 in conference play. Stanford's 1-0 in conference play. They're trying to turn it around. I think they went 4-8 last year. They're 3-1 with one conference win. Oregon State, our opponent for next week, 3-2, 1-1 in conference. UNLV has not done bad out of conference. They do have one conference loss. Same thing with Washington. They're 3-1 out of conference. They have one conference loss. The SEC East is still pretty tight. Alabama is 4-0. They're the only undefeated team in the East. Florida and Tennessee are both ranked, but they're down here at the bottom half of the conference. They have not played a conference game yet. Missouri, a team that beat us, is 2-1 with one conference loss. The SEC West, Mississippi State is leading in the SEC West. Arkansas is ranked all the way up at number 6, so they're a team to watch for sure. Oklahoma's 4-0. Both of these teams are undefeated. Ole Miss at number 16 is 3-1. Texas is number 18. They're 3-1. Texas A&M is 4-0. They are number 19 in the country. Number 15 LSU, 2-1, 1-0 in 0-1 in conference. So they got to turn it around, but SEC is definitely a loaded conference for sure. Sunbelt East, just taking a quick look at that. Sunbelt West is not as good as the Sunbelt East. ACC wise, Pittsburgh looks pretty good. I think they fired their coach. Looks like the right decision here so far. They're 4-0 with one conference win. Louisville's lost one game, still top 12. And then you look at the South. Clemson has lost an out-of-conference game. They're still at number 4. Miami's at number 2. They're 4-0. Haven't played a conference game yet. NC State is 3-1, and they have not played a conference game yet. North Carolina's in the lead right now, but they're not. They give up more points against than they give up points for, which is not a recipe for success at all. But yeah, so Clemson beat Louisville. That's how Louisville lost. Heisman watch, just looking at some of the top players. John Mateer, the quarterback at Washington State, is in the lead right now. Jaden Maiava, transfer from UNLV, he is second. Michael Hawkins Jr. is third. Devin Hyatt is fourth. And Jordan James, the running back, is fifth. So that's kind of your early Heisman outlook. But Iowa State, looking at their injury report here and seeing what they are missing, we are good. We're healthy, so that's really good. Carson Hansen is out with a fractured hip, and then Todd Livings is out with a torn labrum. Carson Hansen's done for the year. They'd be better off just redshirting him. But Iowa State missing one of their top players, their running back. He's out. We got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback early and often in this one. And we need a win here. This is big in conference. Conference wins are always the hardest to get.
Welcome everyone to Ames, Iowa, home of Iowa State, and these Cyclones have been looking to gather
Here we go.
all morning long.
Full house for Iowa State
For you today, a big
in Ames.
showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports
Here we go.
Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Cyclones will put turbo leather to crank us
All right, getting the ball first. Can Beer and Morton give us a score?
from a couple of
Jacob
yards deep.
Spriggs. Jacob Spriggs, good return down to the 24. Here we go. John Carlos Miller, the highlighted player. He's got 35 catches this year, 30 or almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. Here we go. First play of the game. We'll hand off. Jacob Spriggs cuts it up, cuts it back out. Jacob Spriggs, the freshman. 18-yard run from the freshman. He's played really well here to start the year. He's been really good. Beer and Morton, 1st and 10. Motions. Throws it down. Caleb Douglas. Douglas gets 10. Cameron Valdez. Hand it to him. Valdez can't get it. 3rd and inches. Here we go. Jacob Spriggs back in. Handoff. Jacob Spriggs. Good run there. Gets it down to the 39. And 1st and 10. Beer and Morton. Just got to throw it away.
How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target.
Here we go.
Open, throw it away, and live to play another day.
Back to throw, it's Morton.
Beer and Morton going to run.
Trying to get it himself.
Gets it and gets out of bounds. Good run there from Morton.
Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And here we go. 1st and 10, 28-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their
Good run. Gets 3. Jacob Spriggs.
They're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
And here we go.
3 on first
Beer
down
and Morton.
2nd and 7.
Drops.
Trying to
Looks.
get to it.
Tries to dump it down to Spriggs, but gets hit.
And they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They run into a bit of trouble.
Here we go. Beer and Morton. Drops. Throws. Rips it to Caleb Douglas. Beer and Morton. Good decision there. Gets a first down.
The Red Raiders have moved it inside the 20.
1st down and 10 from the 13. Dumps it out. John Carlos Miller running the wrong way for a second, but gets 4.
And the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
Pitch out, Jacob Spriggs. Dives, touchdown! He helicopters in the end zone. Texas Tech on the board first here on the road. Good drive there. Took a lot of time as well.
And the PAT makes it
3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Spears.
Got to make a tackle.
Across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So the Iowa State Cyclones offense has its first opportunity of the day. This matchup on the outside, Jesse,
Here we go.
Big time players make big plays in big games. So who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such
Is Rocco Beck still there?
How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head
Handoff.
that everybody wants.
Good tackle there by Marion Banks.
Down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To the air. It's back.
Throws down.
To the left.
Give me just 1 second. Alright, I gotta go do something real quick. I'm gonna have to back out of this game. I will let y'all know when I get back on. I will make a communities post. I'm sorry. I just gotta go do something real quick. So, but I'll be back. I'll let y'all know whenever I get back on. Maybe a little later, maybe like an hour or so. But I'm sorry I gotta do this, but my bad. We'll definitely be back. Deuces.